So next panel we have from Mittelstand to corporates. Very exciting. So, and how to work successfully with European companies. I'm asking Dikla from Munich Re onto the stage, please. Nice to see you again in person finally, after 2 virtual editions. Then we have Alon from Deutsche Telekom. Good to meet you, Alon. And last but not least, Katrin from Vira. Hi. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, enough mics for everybody. So, we'll kick this off with you introducing yourself. Why don't you start? And yourself and your company.
Of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Dikla Wagner. I'm head of tech scouting for Munich Re in Israel. Munich Re is one of the world's leading reinsurance company. That means that we are reinsuring insurance company. We're working here from Israel to bring technology, innovation, opportunities, investment to Munich Re, to our clients, which are insurance company around the world, and to our subsidiaries. We're really looking for innovation that is right here, right now, how the organization can be more efficient, how to launch new product. But we are also looking at the insurance industry 5 years from now, trying to understand how the insurance industry will look like and what can we do today for ourselves, for our client, to be there in 5 years. So our focus domain is mainly cyber, mobility, energy, climate, and of course, insurtech.
Thank you so much, Dikla. Alon, you're next.
So good afternoon, we can say already. Thank you for having us here today. I am representing Deutsche Telekom. And for those of you who don't know us, small company, number 3 telco carrier in the world, about 120 billion in revenues last year, properties from the Baltics down to Greece, and of course our sister company T-Mobile US. So we cover lots and lots of different applications centered on delivering communications. And Deutsche Telekom has been active in Israel for close to 20 years, looking for interesting technologies, partners, and ways to disrupt and bring new services to market. And we continue to do that today. We cover a variety of domains such as, of course, all the communication aspects and 5G at the center of that, fiber, but also cyber, ad tech, and a lot of services that we bring. Maybe just on a personal note, because our friend Gili set up this event on Purim, if you don't know. It's our Israeli version of Carnival here. So you're in a celebration mode. Yes, good. So we're going to talk about a serious topic and how to engage with large corporates, but to set the mood accordingly, I will don a proper Purim hat scenario. Try and take me seriously now.
Hi, I'm Katrin. I'm one of the managing directors and CSO of Vira. Vira is the corporate accelerator. Sorry, it really looks good. It looks good.
Sorry.
Vira is the corporate accelerator and so-called open innovation hub of Telefonica. Telefonica, also one of the leading worldwide telecommunication companies with presence in UK, Spain, our headquarter there, Germany, and also many countries in Latin and South America. So what is Vira doing? Vira is mainly the matchmaker between startups and our corporate business units. I was working many years for Telefonica before I joined Vira, so the aim is really to bring innovative solutions from startups and scale-ups to our business units. So we run several programs, for example, an accelerator program, mainly driven by the venture client model, really to win Telefonica as client for the startup. So there is no equity, and the the main part of the accelerator program is to conduct a concrete pilot project between the startups and the business units. Then we also invest in startups up to 350K via the Vira vehicle, and then we have also a corporate VC fund with bigger tickets up to 10 millions driven by our headquarter in Spain. Yeah, and what we scout actually very broad, just like you said, because telco is broad. So we look for robotic, for 5G, IoT, EdTech, customer service solutions. So everything which helps us to make Telefonica, our employees and clients, more digital and faster, helps us.
Thank you so much. And why don't you just wear the wig? It's good.
No, I want them to take me seriously, though.
No telecom company is the same, right? Now
Yeah.
you can differentiate.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely. So, and I mean, this your wig actually reminds me of something. It's like that leads me to my first question. From your experience, what is needed for a startup, specifically for an Israeli startup, if there are founders? What is needed to make a personal connection to German corporates, and why are German corporates interested in Israeli startups? You want to hit it off, Katrin?
Yeah, so first of all, of course, personal network is very important, because when you want to step into a corporate or win corporate as a client, I mean, we have thousands of employees, different business units, so always hard to do so. So yeah, I would say a vehicle like Vira, Innovation Hub, or also like you have Hubraum, Deutsche Telekom, of course, can help you, because there are people working who know the corporate very good, very well. They worked probably years for the corporate, and they can make nice connections for you. And also what is really important, that you have a product ready to sell, because what I always say is, I mean, Telefonica is really big corporate, is a super nice client you can win, because it's very international, you can scale within the corporate, you can win other countries, but it's a very bad first, second client, because it's really, yeah, it takes very long to go through all the corporate processes from procurement and data security. So I would recommend, it's good to have some experience, maybe also in the market, because this is also what also my business colleagues always ask me, have they already traction in the German market? So I would say, start with a medium-sized one, gain some experience, and then go to the big clients.
Yeah, happy to add on that. Exactly like you said, I think it's very important to find the first person to be in contact with, but I will also be very careful. So a lot of time, a lot of startups feel that if they reach out to a lot of people in their organization, they will reach additional option. So it's actually the other way around. You should definitely find the local representative, someone that you know that will help you navigate in the organization and work with him through the organization, because usually big organizations are also aligned. And with regard to that, I think that's a great successful factor, and you mentioned it, is to realize you're entering a long-time relationship, right? So it's like a marathon. It's not for someone that wants to run a sprint, right? It's relationship building. You know the startup, you know the corporate. Maybe they won't have something immediate right now to offer you. If you have to get immediate funding, or you're in December, you have to do a quick sell, it will probably won't be the right timing to work with the corporate. But if you build a relationship, long relationship with the corporate, know that they will remember you 4 months from now, 6 months from now, when they will have real opportunity, investment, partnership, commercial agreement opportunity, and so on.
So I would add on to my two colleagues here and add that it is about meeting expectations on both sides. And this is a critical element because you have to understand what are the goals of the corporate and what you can offer, and what are your own goals, whether in time, in delivery, and to market. But to answer your question, I would say you're not there to be German, okay? We're looking to Israel to push the envelope. be yourselves, be focused on your story. If your story has disruptive value, then that's what you're being asked to present and bring to the table. If we were to look for DACH or German-based entrepreneurs, we can find them closer to Bonn or to Berlin or to there. So bring your can-do attitude, your out-of-the-box thinking. I think the marriage of that Israeli chutzpah and German engineering in can-do is the potential we're all looking for here.
Okay, so what I heard is A, figure out if the company is interested in being a first mover. If not, then find a company that is willing to be a first mover. And my follow-up question to that, Dikla, is how are decisions made and how long do they take? Because from my Swiss experience, it's like it takes like 6 months with a big corporation, and then it's very well structured. How is it in Germany?
This is a great question. Exactly like Alon said, this is expectation meeting. So for us, for startup with one CEO, decisions are being made very, very fast, dynamic. Market dynamic is also very fast, but we have to understand that in corporate, it's a team play, right? So we have a lot of experts from different perspectives with different expertise coming into the journey of discussion and support this discussion. So therefore, it won't be super fast, like one person decision, but we have to look at the other side and the value that we receive from the discussion. A lot of startups really understand the market better, understand better how the product should look like, thanks to the expertise that the people from the corporate are bringing. And in those discussions, we really have to be focused on the win-win. What we can teach the corporate and what we can learn from them on the same conversation. And I can promise you that in the insurtech industry, and there's a lot of startups that we didn't have commercial agreement with, we didn't invest in, but we had a long relationship of exchanging. And they truly, truly believe that we supported their product development with market knowledge. So I think that although we have decision-making, which is a team play, which is not super fast, I agree. We can learn around this journey so much and get value for our product and for the company.
Thank you. Anything to add on, Catherine, on that? How are decisions made at Vira?
I mean, at Vira pretty fast, hopefully, because we're a small company. It's our own subsidiary of Telefonica, and we kind of work like a startup, so that helps. But of course, we want to win Telefonica as client for our startup, so then we have to convince a lot of people in the corporate business to make a pilot project or to step into a commercial contract with the startups. And here, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it takes long, of course. It can take 6 months. Sometimes it takes 9 months. So but I always would say, don't give up, because we have some startups in our portfolio. We tried for 1.5 years. We talked to I don't know how many people, and we tried this business unit and that business unit. And then you have in the end, somebody saying, yes, let's do it for 3 years, and we win a really successful and big commercial contract. So never give up. If you really think that the corporate has strategic fit for you to enter the German market, I would say it's okay if it takes longer than 6 months.
How is it for you, Alan?
Yeah, I would sign on the 6 months dotted line anywhere you want to give it to me, but I have some shortcuts to share with the audience. First of all, back to the expectation story. If you're looking for quick decisions, I would say, at least for telcos or our domain of experience, they're not the fastest movers nor necessarily quick followers. You have to think in terms of infrastructure, deployment of networks. These are long processes, so risk-averse companies. At the same time, there are ways to shorten the expression. For those of you who have parallel businesses or have worked with other telcos, nothing moves you faster than to say, I've implemented this, hopefully within the DTAG group, which is 15 different operating companies across the telco space, or with, in the same industry, Vodafone, Telefonica, other partners. Again, we learn and we cooperate in the learning. As opposed to, say, traditional, a VC type look at market risk, people risk, or people risk, and technology risk. The corporate view is more of the business risk. Can I actually implement this correctly? Is there a way to reduce risk on the people and learning side? So if we can bring those values in, when that's a bit difficult to do for an early stage startup, but for a business, that's the way to shorten the loop and get to market faster.
Yeah, here I would also admit from our experience is really very important to have a company-specific use case. That helps a lot, because even if you have an industry-specific use case and you show, hey, this is good for telco, it helps you to digitalize your company, but what at least Telefonica colleagues often want to see is really a company-specific use. Like you said, what is my benefit? Yeah, is it a cost saving in the end, and if it's how much, and or or does it make a process faster? So bring a very specific use case and concrete benefits that also shortens the process.
Yeah, it's like don't count on the imaginary of the other side, how they imagine the vision will be, bring it to life, right? But I don't want the discussion, we will think that following that we have no interest in early stage. It's vice versa. It's right, it's easier for us to work with companies that already have product, 3 POCs, already tested the product, but we are also looking at early stage, and here we're really looking for disruptive, not technology, but the use cases, the way they leverage technology to bring something completely new into the world. And I think that maybe even for early stage, if we didn't invest, if we didn't execute in when they were early stage, we will follow them, and it's important to us to know them already when they are early. So we will follow up, we will help them with the product, and when it's the right time to execute investment opportunity of commercial agreement and so on, we will do it immediately.
Thank you. So any question from the audience this
Please
stage?
ask.
Yeah, please ask. Yes. Yes, speak louder, please.
I'll gladly take that. One of the things that we actually do is we collaborate. Okay, so DT actually fosters something we call the Open Alliance. Bezeq in Israel is more represented there, but we're very open to a non-compete scenario. We don't operate in the Israeli market as a service provider. So absolutely yes, learning from what other telcos do, is the classic part of the reason we all do scouting and innovation outside of our territories. It's the outside-in view. What others have done compared to where we're at, it's a good benchmark, and it absolutely is a credibility factor. So sure, we would love to learn more about how partner used your technology.
How do we reach? How do we connect? What's the best way to connect?
This is why we're here.
Have a chat afterwards, no?
More questions? Okay, so one final question for you. We always talk about do's and don'ts, but specific to Israeli startup founders, what's a big do that you would recommend with German companies? Alon, you want to take it first?
I think being able to cut to the chase, right? To show the value, to focus, to do the elevator pitch correctly and show the value. This is what we're looking for, to cut through the red tape, show how it can be done, examples, delivery, real, not slides, not pitches, but show me.
Okay, thank you. Katrin?
Yeah, I would admit what I just said. So be very precise and concrete. What is the benefit for the company? And be professional on the one hand, because it's a corporate, but on the other hand, I really like what you say is be different, because the reason why corporates want to work with startups and scale-ups is because they are different. Yeah, they bring some new tools, some other way of doing a project and run a contract. So yeah, be professional, but be like like a disruptive founder and how the company you are.
So definitely, like my colleague said, the value proposition, how you address the core activity of the organization, but also how you going to continue with the company with its vision. So definitely a short time action plan and a long time action plan. With the don't, and by the way, like you say, you see corporate have appetite for technology. They want to innovate. They want to bring new things. They want to push the boundaries, and they don't want to develop new products and new business models that are not necessarily the core services that they're doing right now. So there, to there. For my don't, I have very simple but so important one. Because of the pace that we talked about, don't send a lot of email. Don't send an email every week. Don't send an email every second week. Give some time to breathe in between, understand the processes that are going internally in the organization after they met you, and reach out after 2 weeks, after a month. Come with something new when you're reaching out to follow up. Bring something new to the table that the discussion will be alive again.
Thank you so much. And I can just add to that, don't send emails twice a day. So thank you very much for being on this panel.
you.
And please reach out to Dikla, Aaron, and Katrin. And thank you so much.
Thank you.